My name is Stephanie Raymer, and I represent the Brazilian Sustainable Development Organization and am co-leader of the Gun Violence Gone Right initiative. Recently, Brazilian President Bolsonaro has signed a decree that, if passed, will make it easier to import guns, authorize more citizens to carry guns in public, and increase the amount of ammunition a person can buy in a year. As members of the legislature, you have the power to oppose these laws, and it is imperative that you do so. Why is this important? Brazil has one of the worst rates of homicide in the world. 56 people aged 15 to 49 are killed from violence per 100,000. This rate is almost double the global rate of 22 per 100,000. Gun violence is the leading cause of death among males aged 15 to 49, accounting for 29.28% of the total deaths. And because many of the young men killed by guns could have had many more years to live, the loss of dailies is enormous. This is a public health emergency for Brazil. This graph from the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation shows the proportion of total deaths that interpersonal violence is responsible for over the life course. At its peak, at age 15 to 19, violence is responsible for 46% of total deaths. Furthermore, this graph shows that the vast majority of those deaths over the life course are completed by firearm in the purple. Our goal is to decrease gun violence among males aged 15 to 49 in Brazil because this is the population that is most at risk for gun violence. Our initiative is a school and community center-based life skills training program. It will provide participants with the necessary skills to resist social pressure and help participants develop self-awareness and self-esteem. It will also enable participants to positively cope with anger and stress. This is an evidence-based intervention that has been shown to decrease violence in the communities in which it was tested. As members of the Brazilian government, you have the power to oppose Bolsonaro's decree to loosen gun restriction. Evidence shows that for every 1% rise in gun ownership, there is an estimated to be a 0.9% rise in firearm homicides. We cannot increase access to firearms as it will only result in more death. We need your help. Our initiative is only one part of the solution. Unfortunately, gun violence won't be solved with a one-size-fits-all solution. The gun violence problem is complex and based on many factors. But we know that loosening gun control restrictions will only make the problem worse. We need you, the Brazilian government, to protect your constituents by opposing Bolsonaro's latest legislation proposal.